What is bro doing?
Hey there. Hello. Hey, thanks for the sub, Brookings2 and Wham Woo Wham. Thanks for the resub for 9 months. And for the Prime sub, Brookings2. I appreciate it. What is bro doing? Is that a real question for what we're doing this stream? This is gonna be a fairly, like, low-key stream. The title, Strategizing, is... I want to sort of talk about what I'm going to be doing, kind of, not next, because that implies that I've finished something, but like some things I'm thinking about doing. Okay. Hello. Welcome in. How's everyone doing? I just thought maybe I was... No, my bad. I thought my head was really big for a second. I was just leaning in. Capital Hitman 38, thanks so much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate it. For 11 months, hell yeah. Burner100 asks, hi, Matt KC. Have you seen the recent strides in Xbox One compatibility layers, such as XY1, WinAir, and WinDurango? Compat layers are secret right now, but XY1 has 6 games running, including fully 3D Minecraft with working D3D11X. Yeah, we looked at that a little bit. I saw some of that before when it was new, and we looked at it a little bit the last stream. But yeah, very cool stuff. I'm glad that stuff is working a lot better than the attempts to do the same thing on the original Xbox. Not that, you know, I don't want to...
Welcome back, Matt.
Hey, thanks for the 8 months. Medieval, thanks for the Prime sub, I appreciate it. Not that that was like a bad approach, well, not that it was a bad impulse on the original Xbox, just that it ended up not working as well as one would have hoped. So, I guess we can get right into it. Or maybe I should wait a little bit longer for more people to show up. But it's, you know, yo, Kyla MKB. Thanks for the 3 months. Thanks for the Prime sub. Teeling, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Hell yeah, appreciate that. By the way, We Cliven, hey, thanks for the 13 months, Iswets, appreciate it. By the way, we now have TTS Monster kind of integrated into the donation, the TTS messages. I say kind of, it works, but there's kind of a weird thing that happens with TTS Monster. They just recently made their API publicly available, which is why I was able to do that. But there's a weird thing where, like, so I have voices enabled on my channel, but those are not the same voices that are available through the API. And in fact, the account that I log into to get into TTS Monster, the normal way is like Twitch or YouTube account, for like your streamer account. But then to get the developer key, you log in with a completely separate Google account. So it's basically not the same thing at all. Basically, you have the developer voices, the API voices, and then the normal voices, and the two do not seem to intersect. But the point is, some voices will work. I might add like a voices command so you can like list the available stuff. But yeah, basically you can get other voices now. You can get like SpongeBob or like Gordon Ramsay and shit like that. Um, What's your take on different window managers on Linux? I've been using KD for a while, but I'm looking to get switching to Sway or i3. I feel like tiling window managers should work for me because on KD I use so much tiling. I'm always like putting something. Right now I've got OBS on the left side and chat on the right side. But for some reason, every time I've tried to use an actual tiling window manager, I feel maybe I just get disoriented. Like, I remember when I had like 4 monitors and I would have like, you know, something on this monitor, on this workspace, and I would always start to lose track of like, when I would be using i3, I would start to lose track of which desktop and which screen contained which app. And I feel like maybe it would work better for a single monitor, but even then, I don't know. Maybe I might just not be smart enough. That's totally possible. Constrained is probably a good word as well. Like they're restrictive by design. I don't want to say that's a flaw when it's quite literally a feature, but maybe I just need my brain just needs the freedom of being able to do like anything, even though 80 to 90% of the time I do end up tiling. I'm not sure. Just snorted an entire suitcase of ketamine. Cool. People asking what the song is. I don't know. I'm just playing this video. I have one 32-inch monitor, so that might work better for me. Yeah, maybe. I think for me, like, I should, hang, I can, yeah. For me, you can kind of see it here. Wait. Okay. So, this is like a typical desktop for me. Here we go. I still, even on Windows, on any platform, I still like having the labels at the bottom, right? I still like, oh, this is from last stream. I still like having like the whole window label visible, so I know exactly what window is what when I'm clicking on it. I think that's one of the things that I kind of miss. I mean, there's probably a way. I know that the i3 and Sway are both like extremely customizable. There's probably a way to like do something like this, but it wasn't that way by default, and I think that probably also disoriented me a little bit. But yeah, you got the idea. Not have an optional taskbar? Then maybe they do, and maybe I just didn't see it. But as far as I could tell, they work kind of by default at least. They work kind of by screens. So you have like screen 1 and screen 2 and screen 3, and you like, you know, you kind of have to keep. Well, I was struggling to kind of keep track of what was on what there. Oh, someone listed all the timers. Oh no. There are a lot of time. Well, they never expire. There's no, unless someone removes them, which I guess, does everyone have permission to remove the timers? Or is it just moderators? I don't remember. So unless someone removes them, they just keep going. I made it split across messages. I don't think I did. I think that might be the library I'm using, because that, I was looking at that and thinking that was smart. Who did that? I don't think it was me. But yeah, almost a year. Yeah, I mean, it's almost a year since Shrektember, and that was like that was where a lot of these timers are from. I think just because I think a lot of like attention came into the stream when I was doing the Shrekathon. 318 days, oh god. Okay, speaking of streams, so I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm kind of, you'll have to forgive me, I'm kind of spitballing at the moment, or I will be. I'm kind of, these are kind of open questions of like, what I'm wanting to do, because I realize one of the reasons I wanted to kind of get back into streaming is every project I want to do is like a several month-long project. I'm working on like a few things at the same time, but they're all like really long. And I don't mind working on long projects, but I do mind kind of I don't like the idea of like disappearing for a really long time. It's very easy for me to disappear into work and just, you know, a whole month will kind of blitz by and I won't even notice, and I'll and people be like, where did he go? And I'm like, I don't even know where I went. And so I'm kind of I'm thinking of like, what can I do to like to keep working on like bigger projects while also not disappearing so much, both like for you guys and for me, because like I don't think it's healthy for me to just disappear and like skip time essentially. So avoid snapping to the future. Pretty much that is kind of sometimes how it feels. It's just like yeah, just like I time skipped and I'm just like, damn, 4 weeks just passed and I didn't feel them. They just disappeared. I still use MailCasey as my main email. Hell yeah. I'm like in the process of basically all my email accounts. I have like a main Gmail account, and then every other account I have is a MailCasey account of some kind. But I still like the Gmail account is still my main one. We'll see if I'm like strongly considering flipping my main over to one of those. The great MailCasey data breach coming. Don't jinx it. I certainly hope never. So, what I'm thinking of doing, because there's still like, so if you've been following on the Patreon updates, there's been a lot of like work been done towards the Wii U thing. That's kind of the main project at the moment. But there's still like, there's these little pieces, I call them like branches of a tree, where, well, they're like entirely self-contained components of the project, like, having a, like, turning an Arduino into a relay, or turning a Raspberry Pi into a complete gamepad, or writing a front end for a phone or something like that. There's a lot of like different like self-contained small projects as part of the bigger project. And I'm thinking it could be fun to start doing some of these on stream again, because I used to do more projects on stream, and I kind of got when sometimes I think it has to be a balance. I can like sometimes it's good to be able to just kind of laser focus and not have like a camera pointed at you, but sometimes it's also good to kind of work things out with other people, and not to just, as I've been saying, like disappear for weeks and, you know, not go outside, not see anyone or anything like that, etc., you know. What will happen to MailCasey in the far future? What happens to my emails if you die? What happens if you disappear? If you want to quit, will you still MailCasey? Oh, MailCasey. I suppose I don't have a death plan yet. I haven't worked these things out. You know, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on that. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know what happens if I die. Can I have mail, Casey, if you die? Oh no. It is a good question. It is like, I've never really thought about this before. What happens to any of the stuff that I run when I die? I suppose nothing happens. I suppose probably what happens by default is they get disconnected and then they never go back up. Why are you talking about your death?
Matt, that was fast.
Hey, thanks for the 13 months, young Daniel. To be fair, I'm not the one who brought up my death. It's chat who are plotting for my death, alright? Next YouTuber after you get it. Yeah, maybe I'll like put it in my will, like CS188 gets my mail service. I'm kidding. My OGX 360 mods if you die. I only have the one board left. I guess you can have it. I guess I won't be needing it. CS188 mail. CS mail. Let's make it happen. Wait. I didn't mean that. I don't mean make me die so that we can have CS mail. We can do that without me dying, all right? Let me just make that as clear as possible. Okay, so the next so yeah, I'm thinking of doing some projects on stream, probably, and I'm thinking that that'll probably also involve some form of like dual streaming on YouTube as well. As a matter of fact, for testing purposes, I've got a little secret for you guys. I am streaming on YouTube right now. However, it is an unlisted stream, so no one knows it's here except for me. Until I put this in the chat, and now you guys can go and check it out. This is just like I said, this is just kind of testing. That's why I called the stream strategizing, because we're kind of trying some things out, and seeing what. I'm just kind of solidifying what I'd like to do. Do you see a little red dot on your forehead? Surely this will block it, right? If I had a Bible, I would put it up, because the Bible would stop it, right? Are you going to merge the YouTube Twitch chats? I don't think I can. I mean, technologically I can, but I think it's actually against Twitch TOS to merge the chats. It'll probably just be Twitch chat, and then I'll like look at YouTube chat, like just look at it. YouTube and stream together as swear words. I don't disagree that like the YouTube streaming experience is not great, but it is also true that like that is where most of my audience is. Might want to migrate mods here if you're going to use it properly. Yeah, probably. Let me do that. There's two different kinds of YouTube moderator. I have to read. I have to educate myself. I think that's okay. Yeah, slow mode is off. It's off for now just because there's not that many people. How many people? There's 23 viewers in the YouTube chat at the moment. In the actual thing, I would put on slow mode. Both streams on different monitors. Dual KC, hell yeah. Oh yeah, true. Okay. Yes, I'm adding moderators because we should have moderators. That's another thing. Yeah, the YouTube chat is it's a little frightening. I won't lie, because it's like I think how many times did I stream on YouTube to YouTube chat? Was it it might have only been 2 times or maybe 3, but the chat did go kind of nuts both times. 3 or 4. Yeah. Well, there was a certain point where I like switched to my own chat, which was cool. That kind of worked. Damn, are we gonna bring that back? Maybe. No, I don't know. But well, I guess the point is now that I can like stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, there's no real point to having a third chat. May as well just say like, I mean, Twitch chat will probably receive the higher priority just because all of the like bot stuff. Well, firstly, the user experience is better, but also all of the like bot stuff hooks in nicely into Twitch, but it does not hook in nicely into YouTube because YouTube's API is garbage. If YouTube chat is too much to disable it and direct people to Twitch, the hassle hurdle makes it not worth for most people. Yeah, I mean that's probably a good way to, or a potentially good way to handle that. Yeah, I think that could work if YouTube chat is too much. That frightening. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, I'm like thinking through this. So I think yeah, I think I might give that a try, and then yeah, and I think what I'm gonna do is I want to do like a marathon, not necessarily like subathon style thing, but like I'll stream like for a little while for like multiple days consecutively, trying to do like one project. For example, I could do like day 1 of trying to get a complete gamepad out of Raspberry Pi or something like that. Ad breaks are automatic on Twitch. They're automatic on both. And ad breaks started on Twitch but not on YouTube. This is the true benefit of dual streaming. There you go. Yeah, they're like I have too much ADHD to start ads manually, so I just have both set to like automatic something. Twice in a week? Damn, bro. Come on. When I was streaming regularly, it was at least 2. Sometimes it was even 3 times a week. It was just 6. It was just an extended vacation. Loading your YouTube stream crashed my whole computer. Are you happy? What do I say about YouTube Live? The user experience is not great, but I may as well take advantage of the ability to stream to both. Mic is clipping? I don't think it is. You ever get an official ADHD diagnosis? No. What I don't know if I talked about this on stream, actually. Maybe I might have, because I streamed once in April, and maybe I talked about it then. I did go in for a ADHD diagnosis, and I was told I have some ADHD symptoms, but if I either don't have ADHD, or if I do, it's mild at worst. So I guess that's where we're at. Can you create a website for us that pulls up both streams when one is playing, adds and switches to the other? I mean, I hate to say this, it is not in my interest for people to skip ads. But if someone does that, I'm not going to stop you. That's double the ads for me. That's not gonna skip the ads. I thought the point of that would be like, if like one stops, if one shows ads, they would like hide that one and show the other one. I guess it only affects me if they detect that the stream with the ads has stopped showing. But I suppose that depends on the implementation. Twitch doesn't know that. Maybe. I don't know how their like algorithm works. I guess you could probably do it in a way that where they don't know. Good idea to get banned. That's the other thing. If I actually like endorsed such a thing, they're probably not going to be very happy about that. Ad-only stream. Isn't there someone... Hang on. What was this controversy that happened recently? Or not controversy, there was like... Hang on. Twitch... user... He earned like... I think it was... Yeah, here we go. This is what I saw. So this guy is like, I don't remember exactly. He averages like 1,000. Averaging 956 viewers. So small streamer. Okay, I don't average that much, but he had this thing where he leaked that he made like $23,000 or $24,000 in a month. I don't make anything close to that on Twitch. I would make, let me see, 23,000. I make on Twitch on average probably about 0.4% of that a month. But that's besides the point. Apparently the way this happened was like, one minute of ads every 4 minutes of stream, which is like, how many is that per hour? It's like, wait, what's this? Why is this happening? Oh, I see. I'm used to it being in this. There we go. That's why I thought it looked weird. 60 divided by 4. Oh no, it's 1 every 5. Damn it. 60 divided by 5. It's basically, is that 12 minutes of ads per hour, I think? Yeah. 15 minutes per hour isn't the highest. You can set 22.5. I actually don't know what the highest. More ads than cable TV? Yeah. So I mean, some people do that. It's like, it's not all ads, but it's like a lot of ads. So, K-Calc. No, that's just KDE. Yeah, it's nuts though. Like, supposedly, if you play shitloads of ads, you can make a lot of money. I do not make that. I do not play that many ads, and I do not make nearly that much money. But yeah, anyway. Also, this is a weird thing. Has this ever happened to anyone else? Google thinks I live in Hong Kong. Like, they think my IP address is in Hong Kong, even though it isn't. Like, I can set my Google account to be like, I live here, and then it'll like say, okay, he lives here. But if I'm like on something, if I'm in a situation where I'm not logged in, and it's just Google geolocating me with my IP, it thinks I'm in Hong Kong. And it's like Google is the only service that does. Like if I go to another site that's like, what's my geolocation? It'll be correct. But Google and by extension YouTube both think I'm in Hong Kong. And only them. It's such a weird thing. And I tried to contact like Google support, but they don't have a support page. Like webcam racial design, maybe that's it. Yeah, it's ever since for the last like week, And it'll even like geo-block me out of things. Like I use YouTube Music, and I have to. I live in the US, and I have to use a VPN to access YouTube Music, because if I don't, it says YouTube Music is not available in your country. Google search settings. No, it's not settings, because this is not, like, I'm not logged in or anything. If I go, like, open up an incognito window, go to google.com, it's like, no.hk, right? It's like, no, I don't live in Hong Kong. I'm not in Hong Kong. It's so strange. Maybe I actually am in Hong Kong. Damn, that must be it. No, it's really strange. Like I said, no other service thinks I'm in. Every other service geolocates me correctly. It's only Google, and by extension, like YouTube and YouTube Music and all of the Google stuff. Only they have decided my IP address is in a different country. Let us help by seeing the IP. Oh, I'm alright, mate. I think that's close enough. Alright. This is the link to report IP issues to Google. You actually found one? Interesting. I went through Google support chat so many times, and they never, I mean, I guess it's some fucking AI bullshit, but like, it never once suggested this page. It was just like, you can change your country settings in your profile. I'm like, I fucking know, but it's like, it never actually showed me this. That's interesting. ISP might have bought a new subnet recently that might have come from an ISP from Hong Kong. That's the thing though, it's only Google. Everyone else, every other website geolocates me correctly. It's only Google that thinks. I have to use a VPN to where I already live to get to not get geolocated or geo-blocked out of the content that's available to me. I don't know. Only Google, yeah. Different DNS. I don't know. I don't know if my IP has changed. Like it's been this way for a week, and yeah, I don't even know if it's changing, or if it may have not even changed. Maybe it's been this way for, I don't know. I don't keep track of my IP. Maybe my IP's been the same for like months, and I don't know when this happened or why. There's no central database for IP data, so everyone has some solution for IP location. Yeah, that must be the case. Then like, Google must have their own. It doesn't surprise me if Google has their own, but it's just funny that they made that decision. What if what you think is California, where you live in, is part of Hong Kong modified to look like California? Oh no! What have they done? Have I accidentally seceded? Tried the theory of changing the settings when logged out, and I could change the region. Maybe I'll do it for you. I can change the region. Like, I can change, like, on my, like, logged in browser, I can change my country. The problem is, that doesn't stop you from being geo-blocked. Like, they know that people will just say, like, I'm from a different country, therefore I want to watch this content. So they don't rely on that for like geo-blocking. They rely on your IP address. And the IP address, they think I'm not here. They think I'm somewhere else. IP used to be used for VPN, used by a lot of Android phones in Hong Kong because Google infers IP geolocation from GPS if Android phones that share the IP. That's an interesting idea. I didn't know that they infer IP location from GPS. That actually could make some sense. Interesting. Just make a new Google. True! Yeah, I wonder if that's it. I wonder if... Interesting. Anyway. So, yeah, that's a thing that happened to me recently. It's still happening to me. As a matter of fact, I probably should... the This might dump my stream. Actually, this is the problem. I should have done this beforehand. I'm gonna I'm gonna connect to a VPN real quick. This might let's see what effect this has on the stream. Are we still here? Type 1 if nothing has happened. YouTube definitely thinks I've stopped streaming. What does Twitch think? Oh no. Are we... I can't tell if we're still going or not. Okay, YouTube I think recovered. Needed to refresh. Okay. I think YouTube recovered. I think Twitch has recovered now. It just took a little while. TeamSpeak, welcome back. Did TeamSpeak actually say that? I never used it. I remember AOL had like, welcome or something. It's like that one top. Oh no, I've been replaced by someone from Hong Kong. That's what it all meant. Okay. Hello from Hong Kong, as is the Google way. Damn it. Okay, so now that I'm on a VPN, ostensibly, I don't. Hopefully, oh, actually, yeah, we're in incognito. Let's new incognito. So we're going in with no cookies. There we go. Now we're on English Google. So yeah, yeah, weird stuff. I don't know. I think if it is true that they use GPS data, that actually could make some sense. The timer on Twitch is reset. So Twitch thinks Twitch thinks I've started a new stream, but YouTube doesn't. YouTube thinks I've continued the same stream, it seems. Oh well, good to know. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad we've learned something, kind of. So, I think what my next project is going to be, and I'm not going to start this tomorrow because a friend actually flies in tomorrow. A friend from Australia is visiting, so I'm gonna have to pick him up from the airport and show him around. We'll touch tips together, you know how it is. And so I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow. But at some point, probably later this week, or maybe, we'll see, maybe weekend, latest early next week, I'm gonna start my, I think I'm gonna work on creating a complete Wii U Gamepad replacement out of a Raspberry Pi. So I've been thinking about this for a while. Originally I was like, so how can we create an all-new Gamepad? I think, having it hook into a phone is a preferable, it's like one of two methods that I think I'll explore, because everyone's got a phone, and phones contain like most of the expensive stuff that would be in an all-new Gamepad, so that's like a cost-effective solution. But I also think it'd be cool to try and make an all-new Gamepad from scratch, out of like commodity off-the-shelf components. And I think that's what I'm gonna pursue next. The reason why is because I'm waiting to hear back about an Arduino solution for Android and iOS phones. I'm trying to secure the source code for that so I can modify it to work with the Wii U. So that's since I'm waiting for that, I'm going to pursue the other one, which is an all-new gamepad from scratch. And originally I was thinking it might make sense to use like phone hardware, like get some kind of easy Android phone hardware and then build it out of that, because again, ostensibly it's going to have all the hardware we would want in a gamepad. The problem is that I discovered, I think, is it's not like a lot of these, even like you can get like cheap Android phones from China or whatever. But it's not like any of those designs are like particularly open source or like, I don't even know how much you can trust those designs. I don't know how long they're going to manufacture those things for. There are open source phones. There's like the Pine phone, I think. But I think what I worry about is that some of these are quite expensive. A lot of phones have things that we don't need. For example, phones will have like 1440p display. We only need 854 by 480 for the Wii U gamepad. So I'm trying to find like the most cost-effective way for like if you wanted to build one yourself at home, or even just you wanted to buy like a brand new gamepad, all new parts. I'm trying to make something that's not going to cost like $300. You know what I mean? Smartphone plus controller seems like the easy solution for the end user that just needs a Wii U gamepad replacement. DOA replacement would be the fun modding part. Yeah, I mean, I see it as like there should be a solution that's like much cheaper. Like the problem, like it's not like you can't get a Wii U gamepad today. The problem is eventually we will run out, and they will only keep getting more and more expensive as the demand goes up and the supply goes down. So there should be something that is like significantly cheaper than just buying a new gamepad. If it costs the same or if it costs more, then what's the point? So that's why, you know, I want to make like a cheap solution, just kind of plug it into your phone, and you know that will probably and it just kind of, yeah, that'll probably be that should be fairly affordable. And then, but I also want to extend it into like, well, what if you want something that feels a lot like, or feels just like a gamepad, but without having to rely on the existing cache of stuff. And that's where the Raspberry Pi approach comes from. I'm thinking of this as in the context of someone using their main smartphone. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking as well. It's like, yeah, for the cheap DIY solution. Oh yeah, not just binary hacking it. So I thought about it, I looked into it, I really did, because the problem is, if you don't know the, oh, okay, let me start over. Let me provide the backstory on this. There's how far back do I go? So I determined we probably can't just get like a phone to connect to the Wii U on its own. It probably needs some extra hardware. Originally, I was going to go with like a USB Wi-Fi adapter, but then it kind of opens a big can of worms of like, well, how many drivers do we need to support? How, you know, how reliable is the hardware that most people have access to? Things like that. And then, so I discovered there's an Arduino with 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi that will connect to the Wii U. I've gotten it to connect to the Wii U, and that could function as the thing, facilitates the connection between the phone and the console. It could also handle the controller and like the button inputs and stuff like that. Like you can pretty easily make a controller out of an Arduino, is what I mean. The problem is, I can make enough modifications to get it to connect to the Wii U. Oh, no. The problem is, the firmware is partially closed source. It's not a fully open system. I was able to modify the firmware enough to get it to connect to the Wii U, but the problem I've run into now is that the data buffers are not big enough for the packets that the Wii U sends. And that becomes a little bit harder to hack because we're getting into... I've been looking at the code in Ghidra and reverse engineering the Arduino, and it gets a little hairy there because we're looking into like how much like memory buffer does it allocate? Is that memory buffer part of like a struct? In which case, do you have to like shift all the stuff that comes after? You have to shift all those offsets down. It becomes very messy and very difficult very quickly. So I kind of threw in the towel there and said, the company, it's a Realtek Arduino. Realtek will provide the source code to like another business if you sign an NDA. So I'm going through that process. I'm another business, and technically, we're gonna be, I'm making a product. But yeah, so I'm currently waiting for that negotiation to go through. Why not use an ESP32? Those things are cheap and support a lot of stuff. Good question. The reason why is the Wii U Gamepad only supports 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. There is one on the way that will... No, I said it backwards. They only support 2.4 gigahertz. They do not support 5 gigahertz. The Gamepad is 5 gigahertz only. So no current ESP32 can connect to the Wii U. They have a 5 gigahertz one on the way. Apparently, they announced it, I think, 2 years ago. But there is no, estimated time frame of when that's coming out. It could be sometime this year. It could be sometime within 3 years. There's no way of knowing at the moment. So, as far as I know, there is only this Realtek Arduino that has 5 gigahertz support. It's the only one I've found that is capable of connecting to the Wii U. It's still insane to me that Nintendo region locked the gamepads. That is insane. It's just silly. Thankfully, and what's really funny is it's just a number in the EEPROM. So you can, it's actually very possible if you have EEPROM modification capability to just kind of change the region in your gamepad. Or if you write a software implementation like me, you can just send a different number when it asks for it. So yeah. Yeah, the ESP32C5, that's the one. Should come out at some point soon, probably not soon enough. Maybe. I mean, it's probably going to be soon because it's already been 2 years. But there's no way of knowing. There's no confirmed release date. What else does the region value do? As far as I know, nothing. There's arguably, Wi-Fi standards differ per country, or regulations, or channels, something like that differs per country. So maybe something about the Wi-Fi connection changes, but as far as I know, nothing really changes by changing the region. Pico W or some RP2040 baseboard is not viable? No. Pico W is also, yes, Unicode Fox said it. Pico W is also 2.4 only. There are very, very few Raspberry Pis that are 5 gigahertz. What only the newest, higher end ones. I think the 3B, the 3B plus or 3A plus? I think it's the 3B plus. Has 5 gigahertz. That's the cheapest one at $35 or $40. My thinking is if I do a Pi project, it's going to be a Pi 0 plus a known good Wi-Fi USB adapter, because I think the combination of those is going to be cheaper than a Pi 3B Plus or like a Pi 5 or whatever the new one is. MT7610 is a cheap dual-band USB 2.0 Wi-Fi chipset. Yeah, I mean, that might be what I use, something like that. Suddenly feel like a diving monkey. Yes, here we are. I'm not dead, I'm back, and I should be streaming a lot more. The man, the myth, the legend is back. Just watched Appendix B. Hey, thanks. Crazy amount of effort. I never noticed till now. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's a lot. I was amazed how long that video ended up being. I was like, yeah, I guess there was a lot to talk about. $12 Realtek Wi-Fi, 2.45 gigahertz. Interesting. That could be cool. Sorry, hang on. I'll do this on stream, so I'm not just, I'm not just like, interesting. Oh, what? That's weird. Now I am like... hang on. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Interesting. So this is like a SBC, a single board computer, which is the Raspberry Pi. Presumably, if my sources are correct, by which I mean Thinking Sand in the chat, is presumably might have dual band Wi-Fi ? Doesn't actually say Realtek on the page. I had to email through and check. Ah, okay. Interesting. That's the other thing. Is it's really hard to find, like, dual band. I suppose is a fairly niche requirement. Like, usually it's just a nice to have, but this is like, no, we need this. So it's hard to find solid information. Like, you'll see stuff like Wi-Fi 5 or Wi-Fi 6, but like, I still would look those up and it would be like, well, they might be 5 gigahertz. Like, I think one of these is supposed to mandate 5 gigahertz, but then there's like a variation where they can still be 2.4 or something like that. I might be pulling that out of my ass, but it was, yeah, there's like, it's really hard to find definitive proof of like whether something supports dual band or not. That's a risk ward, probably not what you want. How so? Does it not run like... Can it not run like an operating system like a Raspberry Pi can? Orange Pi 0? Let me see. Damn it, why is my copy paste so... oh, did the bot might have disappeared when I... Oh yeah, it did. Hang on, I've restarted the bot. It didn't appreciate my VPN connection either. Everything just kind of died off. Risk V is kind of weird. It's probably Risk 5. Not as much of a problem if you're compiling for source anyway. Alpine, Arch, Debian all have support. Yeah, I assume it would run something like some kind of small Linux distribution, and then like I would assume, yeah, it would just boot right into my whatever my Gamepad app is. It's making me sign into YouTube to authenticate the bot on that side. Oh, that's another thing. I re-enabled YouTube members, so maybe we can make if the YouTube chat ends up being too rowdy, maybe we can make it members only chat. If it gets bad, we'll see. We'll see. KDE is having issues with copy paste. It's not KDE. It's a little difficult to explain exactly what's happening here, or exactly what I'm doing. But in theory, if that's running, I should be able to copy and paste stuff. Yeah, I was trying to look at this before. There we go. Now it's working. Yes, I'm not a robot. Yeah, I know. Wi-Fi 5. But is that... I don't trust anything that doesn't explicitly say it's dual band, because I feel like I've read so many things like, yeah, you know, oh, here we go, dual band. Okay. Maybe that's a go then. Oh yeah, so I'm soft streaming on YouTube at the moment, which is... it's an unlisted... Damn it. Everything is... Okay, I have to fix something on my stream setup later on, but... How strange. Anyway. There we go. Yeah. So I'm soft streaming on on YouTube, which is basically it's an unlisted stream just to kind of test that things are working, or that my dual stream system is working, which it is. The only thing that isn't working is copy and paste at the moment. The database system is in recovery mode. Wait, where did you see that? Was that on here? Music is this? This is Mario Galaxy music, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's World 3, Mario Galaxy 2. I'm just playing... hang on. I don't know. Loading a website I used, dumped a PostgreSQL error to the screen. Oof. Yeah, that's pretty concerning. AliExpress is a giant website running on a bunch of sticks and glue. It actually genuinely unironically is. I know, I think I've heard other people find this as well. There was like a way to like always get the welcome deal on AliExpress or something like that, like some kind of exploit in the website. I have to look into that, but okay. So yeah, good to know. There are potentially things that I can grab a hold of that that might do it all in one, rather than needing like an external or an extra USB Wi-Fi thing. And I guess the next thing, the bulk of the work will be making like a tiny... I figure I want something that's like really light, really fast to boot, and so it'll be like I'll do what I can. This is such emotional music. we don't need it to be this emotional. Yeah, I figure that it'll be basically like making a light Linux distro where rather than booting into like a desktop or a window manager or anything, it'll just kind of boot straight into my my Gamepad app. AliExpress Apple ID login is really weird because every time I do it, it acts like I've never logged in with it before, even though it logs me into my account that exists. Weird. Huh. So yeah. So basically I'll be, I guess, writing a new, or like a really pared down front end for my Gamepad stuff, and then trying to turn that into a distro of some kind. Gen 2 based image or 0 balls? Oh no! Minimum set of K modules, 2-second boot timer, right? We'll see what we can do. I mean, it's in theory, it's fairly simple as long as we have like, there's not a lot of processing that the gamepad has to do. The most it has to do is H.264 decoding, which is another thing I should double check. Is just to make sure these. Why do they have Zootopia on here? Just to make sure any of these boards have, like, preferably, if doable, I'd like to have hardware H.264 decoding, because I know the Pis usually have it. Wait, hang on. Okay, let's play some less chill. Now that we're a little bit more upbeat. Here we go. Cool. Don't say in theory it's simple. Oh no. Expect everyone to buy a 5K SDR and implement your own Wi-Fi stack. They know the target audience for anything CS related. Oof. Puzzle Plank Galaxy, except pitched weirdly? Is it? It is Puzzle Plank Galaxy. I don't know. This is just another compilation playlist. I have no idea. CPU, the all-winner H618 has H.264 decoding. I hate that my copy-paste isn't working. Grr. Okay, but yeah, I see that. H.264, 4K 30 FPS. I mean, we're not even going to be close to that. Literally, like, it's... Let me see, what's the difference in bandwidth? It's literally... Oh, I could just type it in. By 30. I guess this is kind of a meaningless statistic if I don't know how much, what pixel format it is. But anyway, the point is, we're only decoding 480p 60 FPS, which is nowhere close to 4K 30. The magnitude of difference in pixels is like is insane. So why is memory and storage in red? Maybe that's really impressive. Actually, I wonder. I don't know. I have no idea at this point how much storage I need. I'm used to, yeah, but there's like micro SD cards, right? So I guess theory it's alright. Chip is also used in a lot of Android TV boxes, so I guess that explains the high decoding support. Hell yeah. I mean, sounds good to me. Oh, I see. This is probably why. This is like differences from the 02. Asus full compressed 720p 60 is like 7 megabits per second. I mean, it depends on like what quality and bitrate you choose. It could be like anything really. But the point is that like it's a magnitude smaller like requirements than we actually need. Also the banana pie. Interesting. Good to know. slightly better software support. As in, like, just support by things. Damn it, I wish my copy and paste worked. It worked perfectly when I set this up the other day, but like, yeah, now it's just not working. Why are all the pies named after fruits? I think it's just because someone made Raspberry Pi and everyone else just copied it. Matt Pie, yo, time to make one. Less images with the Linux images, less issues with the Linux images. That makes sense. I mean, that's not entirely surprising. I have heard of Orange Pi before. I assume you could probably, there's probably a direct correlation between like how much software support something gets and how likely you are to hear about it. So, and I've definitely heard about the Orange Pi before. Don't make a Matt Pi on stream. Don't tell me what to do. But yeah. Okay, cool. More stuff to look into. It's made of clicking work to paste, something which your normal click always messed up. I don't think so, no. Because the reason why it's screwy is because I'm doing something quite hacky right now. Which is, so when I stream, I tend to like for my stream desktop to be like kind of isolated and separate from my host desktop. It makes it like a lot harder to dox myself. It makes it like if something breaks in the like inner thing, it's like easier to recover from. It's kind of like having, you know, often people have like two PCs, like a stream PC and a gaming PC. That's kind of like what I like to do, but I like to have it all in one computer instead. Now, this is not actually a virtual machine though. I'm trying something out where this is basically running on my host computer. It's a separate user, so like all the browser profiles and all of that are like separate. And it's a separate desktop, but it's all like self-contained in a window, but it has direct access to my host hardware. And the benefit of that is that like I don't have to worry about any like graphical bullshit. I don't have to even pass a GPU through. I can just get full Vulkan access or whatever. I am on integrated graphics at the moment for unfortunate reasons, but but that's not the point. The point is I get full GPU access, which is cool. And it's like a trade-off. Like I get a little bit less system isolation for a little bit more graphical capability, and that's the trade-off I've made. But therefore, there's like memes with the copy and paste, and I installed this thing, clipboard sync, which is supposed to sync between my host, which is Wayland 0, and the guest, which is Wayland 1. And so if I'll copy someone's name. I'll copy Unicode Fox. See, that works. It works right up until it doesn't. At some point, it like stops working. Maybe I'll just keep this open and see if it crashes at some point. But right now, it's okay. DGPU isn't working. No, the DGPU would work. It's because my GPU was overheating, and rather than fix it right away, I just decided to switch to integrated. I'll get back. I don't want to be on integrated for too long. I'm only on integrated until I fix the overheating. Windows is something similar called Sandbox something. Yeah, I've heard that, but yeah. Oh no. It thought nougat was a slur. Automod thought nougat was a racial slur. It literally said held for reason, race, ethnicity, or religion. That's so funny. How would you say it's going to be temp? You know, we know it's going to be perm. No, because I like graphics, so it's going to be a priority for me to fix that. There are certain things that you would be right on that for. This is not one of them. I do want to get back onto real graphics as soon as possible. It really should be treated as a slur, to be fair. I never want to hear that word. That's fair, you know, I get that. So yeah, let me see. Damn, I guess, you know, if I'm going to be working on stream, maybe I should actually try and make a decision. How horrifying. Is copy and paste still working? Let me copy someone's name again. ILDconf. Yeah, so now it's broken. Why is it broken now? Strange. But if I restart it... Now it's fine. Do I just have to, like... I guess do a hack where I just restart this app every, like, 5 seconds or so. Then it'll probably work great. No, I don't know, though. Yeah, like, it knows that I've got, like, a host Wayland session and a guest Wayland session. But, like... It just, like, at a certain point, it just stops. Why do they even use the N package manager for C++ dependencies while they have VC package manager? I don't know. The Windows package managers are a complete mess. I don't. The less said about them, the better. Reverse engineering the clipboard sync. I mean, it's an open source app. I can look at it, but I don't think it's. I don't suspect it's clipboard sync. I suspect some strange esoteric issue on like Wayland or something like that. See, okay, we're still copying, still able to do it. Yeah, I don't know. At some point it just breaks, and I don't know why. Anyway, so let's see. I do kind of like the idea of going with Orange Pi, just because it's a bit more. It probably is going to be the more supported thing. And it's probably like even if this is the welcome deal. Even if I don't get the welcome deal, this is probably about how much like a Raspberry Pi Zero plus Wi-Fi adapter would cost. And then beyond that, it's really just down to just writing the software, I think. And like there's a bunch of extra hardware we'll need to get. Like we'll need to get a webcam, a microphone, a accelerometer and gyroscope, some NFC reader, a magnetometer. I think that might be it. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't say it on Wikipedia. Maybe it says it on. I know I've seen this test tool, which says like. Well, this is it. This is a terrible screenshot of it. Or is it? Maybe this is a different app, actually. This is it, I think. Here we go. I don't know if this is an exhaustive list. Oh yeah, the screen has to be a touch screen as well. That's kind of a pain. Vibration. Oh no, we have to get a vibration motor as well. Oh, why is there so much in a gamepad? It'd be interesting to price this out. I would guess that building a whole new gamepad from scratch is probably going to reach somewhere towards... I'm going to say it's probably under $100, but probably not a lot under 100. Maybe 60 or 70. That might be a bit optimistic. Strap a vibrator to it to be grand. That's a good idea. That, I think, would do it. NFC, yeah. Do not look up vibrators on AliExpress. That's, you know, especially on stream, that's probably a good call. I won't lie. Vibration on a gamepad never felt in my years of owning one. I think I have, but like, maybe I. Yeah, I've got my gamepad here. I think I have. I don't know if I've really played a lot of Wii U games with the gamepad. I think a lot of the time, like, I defer to like the Wii Remote. It'd be funny to see how the custom gamepad would feel with better or more modern haptic motors. Yeah, it'd be funny to see what the touchscreen was like with an actual capacitive touchscreen instead of the garbage that's actually on it. That's the thing, it could actually theoretically be better than a real gamepad. Buttons, take them from your microwave. Screen, gyro, magnetometer, and battery from your phone. Vibration from your favorite toy. Hey, not my favorite toy. I don't know what you're talking about. Volume from the TV, you already have everything. I mean, yeah, you could probably could jerry-rig something. Okay. What I'd like to do is, I'd like to find like a... There we go. I'd like to find a broken gamepad and just kind of gut it and replace the insides and see, like, at a certain point, I suppose it would be like indistinguishable because it would look and feel just like a gamepad, but it would have entirely new internals. But I haven't got one of those yet. This is the only gamepad I own, and obviously, long term, we'll have to get like case replacements because we can't rely on the case to like we can't rely on there to be an abundance of cases. I just think it would be kind of interesting for that to be like a prototype starting point. Yeah, eventually you'd be able to 3D print it. I just think while developing, it would be interesting to build it into a real gamepad shell. How often do gamepads fail even? Not very, I don't think. It's not like they run super hot or have like any real moving parts. I think more often than not, it's going to be like someone like cracking the screen is probably going to be like what I'll find, like as far as cheap and broken. What's the docking connector on the bottom used for? There is a dock for the gamepad. Here. Oh. I guess it's a good point that like the gamepad itself, what's the plug used for? Like, because there's a plug on the bottom, right? But there's no plug here. There's just these yeah, what is this music? There's just this like electrical there's just these two pins on the side. Like it hooks into these, but not this middle thing. I don't know what the... Because the actual charging port is at the top. Would the Switch with Homebrew make a good gamepad? That's another thing I want to look into. That's another branch of the tree. The hacking the Switch Broadcom drivers to get a Wii U support. In theory, the Joy-Con vibration mode is $5. Yeah, in theory, like all of this stuff is not that expensive in and of itself. Like I think a Raspberry Pi grade webcam is like $5 or less as well. I just assume it'll kind of like add up. Like if you built one yourself, you maybe you could get in under $50 or something like that. Like if you really, I think the screen would probably be kind of expensive. I think you'd expect to pay at least $15 or $20 for a screen with touch capability, which would, that would bring you up to, with the Pi itself, that'd bring you up to probably 20. No, that'd probably bring you up to 40, at least. I'd say somewhere in the ballpark of 40, plus like accelerometer and gyroscope, getting like boards printed, getting like the case printed, getting like the rubber springs for the buttons, like getting the analog sticks, getting the vibration motors. I think it would all add up to like $70 or $80. That's kind of my that's my estimate for like building a gamepad at home is like going to be $70 or $80. $60 for a screen for my car, non-touch. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like the price of a screen depends on a lot of factors, like resolution and size and all of that. I think I've seen screens roughly this sort of size and this resolution for like, but maybe that's a shit quality screen. I mean, I don't even know. I've only just kind of looked at the stuff from a glance. Very specific size, gotcha, yeah. Raspberry Pi touch screen display with around the same res is about 60. So what I've seen that, hang on, let me see. You might be right. Maybe it will be. Maybe it would be at least. You'd be looking at least 60. But I feel like I saw something potentially viable for like 20. But again, I've only been looking at this stuff at like a glance. So. Yeah. Okay. So I have no idea. Hang on. So I have no idea what the quality of this is. And to be fair, I don't know if this has a controller board, this would have what we'd need to hook it up to a thing. This is 5 inches. In theory, I think the gamepad screen is 6, so it's a bit smaller. Yeah, I have no idea. It was something we'd have to research a little bit more. How easy would it be to find specifically a resistive touchscreen? I don't know. I assume we would just get a capacitive one, just because why not? Good luck and first have a good stream. Hey, thanks. Seem to remember Femi tweet what weird things turn into gamepads, and I think I said Wii homebrew with Access gamepad. Yeah. That would be interesting. We kind of joked about how, like, so if you installed Linux on the Wii U, and then you connect to another Wii U as the gamepad, you could have the Wii U as the the gamepad of another Wii U. I don't think so. In reality, ironically, the Wii U, even though the gamepad is 5 gigahertz, the Wi-Fi chip is the Wi-Fi itself can only connect to 2.4 gigahertz. So, in theory, you would need another Wi-Fi adapter. You'd need an extra one to get it to connect to USB. And I think there's like memes with like how I don't think Linux on the Wii U is very well supported. I think there are issues with like support, the driver and hardware support and stuff like that. Kind of wild that we're looking at all this stuff when the Wii did this with like a single ARM9 and 4 megabytes of RAM. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're effectively making like an emulator, and an emulator is always going to be like more resource hungry than just the thing. If we could manufacture our own like chips and shit, then we could probably do it. We could probably do it cheaper per unit, but it would cost so the upfront cost would be so much that there would be no point. Watching Twitch and YouTube at the same time is almost synced. Which one is actually more delayed? Because they're both on like low latency, I think. So I suppose if I was to extend this branches of a tree metaphor, hang on. Now that I've started a slideshow, I need to style it. What themes can I get? I think I just closed the themes box. Damn it, how do I get back to it? What have I done? School flashbacks, I know. Alright, I'm just gonna close it and reopen it. Okay, here we go. Let's see, what templates can we use? Let's use the piano. That's a good time. Oop. Cool. Wii U time. Alright, so essentially Wii U. Oh, actually, I'll say approaches. I guess I'm actually making a flowchart. So I think the one is. I mean, actually. So it's going to be Arduino connected. Oh, it doesn't wrap. Can I make it wrap, or do I have to just do it manually? You know, don't I have? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. Arduino connected to phone. Yeah, I'll just resize it now. Oh, it's so ugly. Pi functioning as a sole gamepad. And then Nintendo Switch. Alright. This is so... this is so ugly. I'm so unhappy with all of this. That's okay. Where is text size? Yeah. Good enough. There we go. Oof. Oh, it's off center. Kill me now. Oh, it's still off center. Oh, I hate this. There we go. Good enough. There we go. Cool. So I think these are going to be the three things I pursue. It's still probably a bit off center, but I have no more patience. So that being said, now that we've maybe this, because I'm thinking, so the how much is the Realtek Arduino thing that I got? Ugh. Hang on. Okay, this is kind of it, I think. Okay, so this is significantly cheaper, the Realtek thing. But there is a potential argument that one of these pies would probably be able to do it just right out of the gate. It would probably require a lot less work and a lot less waiting for the fucking NDA to go through. Yo, thanks for the Prime sub, Extendence. Thanks for the 3 months, I really appreciate it. Remaining 2 pull requests from LA. Yeah, I need to look at those. I've been caught up with all the other things. But yeah. Switch is spiritual best option? Sure, that's why it's one of the 3. How good is Mario 64 on a CRT and the original N64 and N64 controller? Pretty good. TTS Pop be right back. It's already back, isn't it? That sub just didn't have a message. Oh yeah, people were recommending Google Slides. The problem is that would require me to sign into my Google account, and I don't want to do that because I'll dox myself. I mean, I guess I could make a burner account, but like, then it's becoming a bit of a faff. Is that a fart sound? Yeah, you can change the notification sound as a channel reward. I actually, the thing is, I actually have PowerPoint, like real PowerPoint on here. Hey, thanks for the 100 bits.
Cheer 100 up mapped Cliff TTS block back when.
There it is. In fact, I don't think you saw this. We have TTS Monster in here now. We have voices. In fact, hang on. I need to add something so that you can list the available voices. Let me do that to the bot real quick. I think I'll do this off stream just because I think I can do it pretty quickly and it'll be easier than... Yeah, hang on, 1 sec. Let me add a voices command. Okay. Here we go.
Cheer 100, yay. I can annoy you with my shitty messages now.
Yay! Thanks for the 100 bits. Thanks for the 200 bits, EK Pop. I appreciate it. That Windows 2000 bot message? Which one? Was it the exclamation point what, or which because I probably haven't. What does exclamation point what say at the moment? Oh, it says just catching up. Classic. Okay, so I'm just gonna write command voices real quick. Command voices. And it's just a simple dot say. Yeah, I'll just simply reply with all the available voices. Oh shit! Oh no! I just realized the bot doesn't have access to the voices. That's done in the front end. I have to use a TTS Monster API from the bot to do that, I think. Damn it, maybe it's becoming too much work. Okay, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this later. TTS Monster syntax. It's just like name colon. So like if you write, here I'll do a alert because I can moderators can do alerts. Hey, ProCat girl, thanks for the 100 bits.
Cheer 100 swa 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 swa. Been watching your videos for ages, and you really helped me through tough times, and all I can say is thank you so much. Love you loads and thanks for the epic wins.
Aw, thanks for the donation. Who was that? Did I say who's that it? Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. That's so nice. I'm glad you enjoy my stuff. You know, I just do what I love, and I'm incredibly fortunate, incredibly lucky that I'm allowed to do that. That people support me in doing that. So it's really thanks to you guys. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, and thanks to everyone that watches. And now, Gordon Ramsay.
Finally, some delicious fucking Wii U Gamepad development.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Oh, I don't think the channel point redeem is hooked up yet. Let me see if that works through this, because the problem is crabs might not be available through the development API. Let's see. Oh no.
Crabs, SpongeBob Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Cheer
Crabs is
100 swat 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 tilde dog chich. Oh, and I forgot, my name is Deez.
Oh, thanks for another donation, D's. Surely saying D's will not get me in any trouble whatsoever, right? Right? Can you promise me? I think there is a look on the website and there's no way to tell. Yeah, hang on, let me see if I can show this on stream at all. Because without leaking anything. Because, yeah, okay. So this is the kind of confusing thing that I'm not sure why they've set it up like this. It's like the developer API is a whole separate website. So this is on my TTS guide like page, and it has all of these voices. Most of these voices will not work through the API. Instead, let me get a... I guess I can try to do it with a screen capture. Or a window... This is technically a window capture, actually. Here we go. Whereas, if you look on the like developer API, then it has all these voices, which are completely different voices. And these are the voices that are available through my bot, because these are the ones in the API. But yeah, none of the ones that are actually on my page. And I can't, like, if I go add new voice, this is just like creating a custom one, like from your own voice recording. This is not, I can't add any of the ones from there. So it's strange. I'm not really sure why it's set up like that. And this is a completely different, like my account on the developer side of the website is a completely different account from my account on the regular website. So it's very kind of odd, but yeah, there are voices. You just have to use the right ones, and it's just whatever ones are available in the API. I guess if you sign up your own account, you'll see which ones are available through the API. Anyway. That's cringe with Obama. I know, there's no Obama. Yeah, it's strange. I don't know why they're not the same. Maybe, I assume, hopefully that'll get fixed at some point. Hopefully it's not going to be that way forever. Anyway. So the Arduino is still cheaper, but part of me is thinking, like, you know, because we'll have a lot more control over this, ostensibly. Oh, that's gonna be... Fuck. Wait, which, what Wi-Fi chip does this have? Is it some Broadcom shit that we're gonna have to, like, reverse engineer anyway? That's another thing I'm gonna have to figure out. You have a data sheet for the, let's see. What kind of data sheets do we have available? Also, do we need the 3 or could we get away with the 2? So the 3 has more RAM, faster RAM, I assume, more flash memory, presumably a better CPU, but they're both dual band, which is the most important thing. We might be able to get away with the 2. A rebranded Broadcom chip. Fuck, don't say that. Broadcom is our arch nemesis. Well, I guess if I can get Broadcom working on a Switch, then maybe I can get it working on here as well. Damn. Well, I'll have to look more into that. how I'm meant to be funny like this. I know. You can get SpongeBob though. Like he's called Spongy. Maybe it's like a licensing meme, right? Like they don't want to have any of the normal. They don't want to have any of the potentially copyrighted voices in the API, perhaps. Here we go. Oh, that's it. What distro are you running? I think we've got a command for it. Is it ! Distro? Yes, it is. There you go. This doesn't quite work. No. Type-C, but the protocol is USB 2. Ah, classic. That's okay. I mean, we don't need like high-speed USB or anything. Or at least USB 2 is sufficient, right? Yeah, okay. That might be... And this one was a Realtek thing, wasn't it? The Realtek thing might be more likely, like, because Realtek chips work on desktop at least, but Broadcom chips don't, because Broadcom is fucked up. So maybe that's a potential point in that one's favor. Something I'll have to keep in mind. Gigabit Ethernet. Well, I mean, not to connect to the... to connect to the phone. Yeah, absolutely. That's probably what I'm going to go for, because that way we can do it without having to like design our own USB protocol or anything like that. How does Wi-Fi work on Arduino? It's actually fairly straightforward. Like, usually there's a nice API that'll be something like Wi-Fi.begin, and then you put like, it's like SSID password or something, and then like it just connects, and then you set up like UDP socket, port, like that, and then you go like, well, it's fairly nice to write, at least from my experience, but yeah, it's just about getting the weird fucky Wii U protocol down, you know what I mean? Micro HDMI. I mean, what can you do? It's small. But yeah, so whatever screen we get will ideally need to be like, have like HDMI support. So yeah, I mean, something like this looks pretty good. It's just about, my only concern really is, will we get enough driver access for that Wi-Fi? I'll have to like probably send some messages and be like, what exactly is used in these? Anyway, so my plan with today's stream is I'm not actually going to do a lot of like actual work. This was really, as the title suggests, it's just kind of strategizing, like what exactly are we going to do next? And next stream probably will be a dual Twitch and YouTube stream. We are, if you're just joining, we are in fact streaming right now, dual streaming right now to Twitch and YouTube, mostly just to test. Like the YouTube stream is unlisted and like no one can see it unless you have the link. I just wanted to make sure that like my setup was functional, which it is. I'm using, if you're curious, I'm using Nginx with the RTMP module. So I stream to a local host port, which is the Nginx server, and then that just relays to Twitch and YouTube. In theory, I could add like, I don't know, Kick if I really wanted to, but that all like it all obviously adds to my upload bandwidth. So there's a hard limit on my upload speed. I'm currently streaming at 5 megabits per second. I think my upload speed maxes out at 40. I guess it depends because it's cable internet, so like it's very variable. It could be, you know, some days I'll get 40, some days I'll get like, you know, 3. So you're trying to make a mini emulation console. Essentially just got here to figure out. It's not dissimilar from a mini emulation console. It's just that what we're emulating is the Wii U Gamepad. So it's not like the performance requirements are not high. It's probably a bit higher than like a Game Boy, but like it doesn't have to do that much. It just has to, and it's not a low-level emulation. Like we're not emulating the CPU of this and running the firmware of it. That would be really interesting, but that's not what we're doing. We're just emulating like we're just doing a re-implementation. Too many people have been cancelled lately. Don't stream on Kick. Yeah, I don't plan to. Like, I think I want to stream on YouTube because that's where like 99% of my audience is. But otherwise, I don't think there's much to be gained. I don't think there's much to be gained from streaming. Well, I want to stream to YouTube because my audience is there. I want to stream to Twitch because I think it's a better streaming platform than YouTube is. But I don't think there's really much benefit to streaming on Kick, unless they offer me like a lucrative $100 million deal. Then I'd consider it. Kick's based on Twitch tech. Yeah, I know, it's like Amazon Web Services and shit, or it's like Amazon. No, it's deeper than that. It's like Amazon like video streaming specifically. But that's okay. I mean, that's not why I would stream to Kick. I would stream to Kick if I was getting paid a lot of money. Your stuff is so crazy and legendary. Hey, thanks, Shaker. Appreciate that. Datasheet for the orange pie. Oh yeah, and datasheet for the milk tea. All right, cool. Fuck, my copy and paste stopped working. TikTok is probably the best way to get a lot of viewers. Most of these viewers will be extremely TikTok. Yeah, that's the other thing. Which it's Oh, interesting. Is this an X-Wayland clipboard? I wonder if that's screwing things up somehow. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, there's different levels of audience engagement. Like, you can have like 1 million followers on TikTok, but that's not going to be as like powerful as having like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and that's not going to be as powerful as having like 1 million followers on Twitch. Like, there's different ways that people engage with content on different platforms, and some are very like non-committal, and some are very like highly committal. So I think TikTok is kind of it's short form content, so it's kind of a platform that's entirely based around like ephemeral things not lasting for very long, and not committing a lot to specific things. So yeah, so I don't know if there's much to be gained from streaming to TikTok either. Toxic? Oh, I don't even know what toxic is. I've never even heard of that. Turning this into a Wii U gamepad would be funny. I've got all these links that I'm trying to click on, but I can't. I keep not being able to copy and paste them. I need to look into why. There we go. Data sheets. Which one do I want to look at? Yeah, this is apparently RISC V and ARM. Is it 5 or is it V? Which one is least incorrect? Oh, extremely toxic. Oh, I see. I think extremely TikTok was also correct though, because like TikTok viewers probably are very TikTok, if you know what I mean. It's 5. Gotcha. Documentation is awful. Damn it. I see what you mean. Oh no, there's more pages. Is it all in Chinese? Fuck. Contrary to what Google thinks, I do not speak Chinese. I do not read Chinese. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's got a... I guess it's got 2 CPUs. Can I turn... I like to shake my cursor a lot, but I don't want it to grow big. Can I turn that off somewhere? Off cursor big. I know what it's used for. It's like if you shake your... Oh, here we go. Accessibility... Shake cursor... I know that like it's useful, but I like to shake my cursor a lot, and I find it obnoxious that it gets big when I do that. Just understand it anyway. Damn, you're right. Does that happen if you shake something else? I don't know what you're talking about. I am 14. What is this? Yeah, perhaps I will have to upload it to Google Translate. Doesn't, in theory, if I... Yeah, if I download the PDF... Can't I... Isn't there, like, translation functionality? Yeah, here we go. Oh. Nope. Use another language. I don't know if this is working at all. No, it isn't. Fork. That's unfortunate. Two RISC-V, one runs Linux, the other runs R2S with Arduino stuff. On the Milk Duo? Interesting. Hang on. Let me get that Orange Pi datasheet so I can compare. Oh, Orange Pi Wi-Fi chip specifically. Interesting. Grrr! Keep having to restart. Here we go. Oh, now it's still not working. Okay. Well, I'll figure something out eventually. Visual Docs page in English. Oh, that one worked. Interesting. Can I get this now? Or not? Yes, now I can get this. Supposedly this is the Wi-Fi chip on the... Oh god, I don't know who makes this? What driver is this? Because that's the real question is this a soft Mac driver or a full Mac driver? Like if it's soft Mac, we're being chilling, but if it's full Mac, which is likely on SBCs, then we're a bit screwed. Oh, is this different? Oh, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Do these docs have information on the Wi-Fi, or do you really just have to email them? Because I just need to know what driver is used. Then I know if we can hack them to connect to the Wii U or not. It's the 03, right? Yeah, but it could be the 02 probably, if that was substantially more affordable. Oh, I guess it's gonna be on this SoC probably. Or not, maybe. Custom kernel drivers. It's getting a little bit spooky when we have to do stuff like that. Hang on a sec, I'm gonna set something up. For fun. I think this is it? Yeah. Alright. Actually, I'll figure out how to do that later. Never mind. Independent from the H618. Then what is it? Why won't this go away? This is where it becomes tough because it's really hard to find. This is all really niche information that is really hard to find. Like, what Linux driver is used? Is it full Mac or soft Mac? No one usually cares about any of this stuff. It's just like, this is something I could find out very easily if I had it, but then that requires me to spend money on it. And like, sure, I could, but it's just like, it would be better to know now so that I don't have to waste time, you know? AW859A? Is that like... suppose. Yeah, okay. There we go. See, you can get this information, but it wasn't showing up before. Like, not when you actually Google for it. Anyway, Linux driver. Here we go. Maybe. Driver source. Oh god, okay. Is this a Linux like build system? Like, does it actually build Linux? It looks like it does. Packages, blobs. Uh-oh. Oops. Oh, no. Ask ChatGPT. Surely. That'll do it. Where's some actual code? This is all like scripts and stuff like that. That's patches. Unless the whole driver is in a patch. I guess you could do that. Oh, I'm in the patch folder, that's why. No. Let me just do a search. In code. Oh, I have to sign in. I think it's okay for me to sign into GitHub. Like, I think the chances of doxing are fairly low. Still, just in case I accidentally paste my password in the wrong place, I will do the login off stream. Okay. So far, so good. Cool. Alright. Nice. But that didn't tell us much. Leaked! Oh no. It's right there? Right where? What's right there? The... Ah. Driver. Is this the driver that's used? Why has it got too many names? Alright. Okay. From memory, if something is based on CFG, that's a full Mac driver. I think Mac 802.11 is the soft Mac version. Here we go. This is what I want. The glossary. Yeah. So CFG is 802.11 is like the lower level thing that Mac 802.11 sits on, and then like your driver sits on top of that, and then the driver is a soft Mac driver. Okay. Stuff like PTK and the KDK that we want, but if that stuff is done in firmware, then that's kind of unfortunate. No. So does this, presumably, that means this uploads like firmware to the chip at some point, or maybe the chip, the firmware is not replaceable. Usually, or at least what happens with Broadcom firmware is that the driver, like the Broadcom has ROM and it has RAM, and the Broadcom driver will upload firmware to the RAM that will like modify, or like I believe you can patch sections of the ROM with the RAM, but maybe there's no point, maybe not all Wi-Fi would not all Wi-Fi cards bother with being able to be patched. Maybe they just figure ROM is good enough. I'd like to check out more XFCE at some point. I like KDE a lot, but you know, if I can get away with something a little lighter, I would do it. SIG scanning my Wi-Fi firmware. Oh no. Yeah, so that's my concern, is if this is if this can even be patched. Maybe? That's the problem. It's so much of this stuff I don't know, or it's almost impossible to know if without having it in my hands and just being able to run stuff on it and see what happens. Because this is all so esoteric, that the stuff I need to know. And which one was this? Which Wi-Fi card was it in this? I'm still in incognito mode. I don't actually need to be. I don't know about that. I feel so like I'd love to try these out, but I feel like there's no way to know if the Wi-Fi is patchable or not. It's such an esoteric thing. Like, does it have 5 gigahertz? Well, yes, they do. Okay, so what is the Wi-Fi chipset? And more importantly, what kind of driver does it use? And even if it's a full Mac driver, it might be patchable, but I wouldn't know without really seeing it in more detail. At what point do you buy like 12 SBC? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is just like, do I just have to buy a lot and just compare them myself? Like, just test each one and see what happens? Stacking workflow with a tiling window manager, but Hyperland is quite nice. Interesting. I've heard of that before. Yeah, I could be interested in trying that one day. Found the email. It uses a Realtek RTL 8189. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. What Linux driver does that use? I feel like I recognize this driver. This is that. I mean, this is the thing. Like, any driver is fine as long as the as long as I can actually make the requisite patches, but that's what I'm not sure about. I could make them to the Realtek Arduino fine, but I couldn't. I'm not sure about the. Well, then I ran into a buffer size issue. I doubt I'll run into a buffer size issue on these, probably, but then, yeah, then I don't know about the Wi-Fi patch. Worst case scenario, you could slap on a MediaTek MT7610, which has a very well supported softmax driver, supports injection, all that. Yeah, it's just kind of like, if I do that, then it's almost irrelevant which SBC I use. I may as well just use like a Pi Zero, just because that'll be like the most like readily accessible. I feel like I recognize this driver. Yeah, it's because what was it? Hang on. It's the that terrible set of is it 88 drivers. Like, if you look up a driver for this, the first one that will come up is like a very similar looking but kind of terrible driver. I think this might have some like this might have been, yeah, you can see these folders like core, HAL, include, OS dep. It's all like the same shit here. Like, see, that's why I say I recognize it. But like, this is a terrible drive. I think this actually might be Realtek official in somehow, or at least might be derived from official Realtek code. But it's terrible. It's just such a mediocre driver. Relying on SBC Wi-Fi might not actually be ideal, given IRC tends to suck. Yeah, I mean, I assume that also depends a lot on like the specific implementation and like the specific chip being used. I think I'm like hoping for a unicorn where everything just works out of the box, and it's, you know, the right, it's got 5 gigahertz, it's got a hackable driver, it's all good to go, and that's all we need, you know. More about the antennas, they tend to be tiny. I assume, because like there may be a way we can, like, if we're building like a whole thing like this, I assume there's a way to like replace the antennas with something better, or make that's kind of been my assumption, that we would be able to put better antennas in. Don't let perfect be any good. Sure, I understand. I'm just like, there are all these options, so I want to, you know, make sure we actually investigate them properly. Realtek drivers are all horrible, same with their audio chips. Damn, they're so common though. They're everywhere. Like I think even actually I don't know because I upgraded my motherboard recently. I've had a lot of Realtek audio cards for sure. But yeah, we'll see. Well, this is interesting. This is an antenna, isn't it? I'd love to give this a go. Like if it feels like on paper it could be really good. But yeah. Yeah, my only concern is just the driver. Are we actually gonna get are we gonna be able to get the required patches we need? Snag one and try it. Yeah, I know. I think I'm not opposed to spending $14. Well, actually, I think it would be 20 because I don't think I get the welcome deal. Well, unless there's like a way to like hack the wall. It doesn't matter. The point is, I think it's not so much the $20. It's the fact that like I'm worried that like I'm gonna be going through like 10 of these, and then it's gonna be like, then it's not gonna be just $20. Then it's gonna be a lot more than that. But yeah, I mean, on paper, this sounds pretty good. So yeah, you know, I probably should. Yo, 300 bits. Thanks to Willem.
Cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100. When stream started, I began a warpless continuous run of the lost levels on Famicom, and I just beat 8-4. Your
Holy
voice
shit.
makes me good at Mario 3.
I know, isn't it great? No, I'm glad. I you know, congratulations. I've never beat either Lost Levels or the original Super Mario Brothers. So yeah, well done. I'd love to do that one day. The Chinese dev board game, you never know what you're gonna get. I know, that's pretty much where I'm at. 1 gig of RAM gonna be plentiful? Yeah, that should be fine. We don't really need to do much. The most taxing thing this needs to do is just decode H.264, and it has hardware decoding in the SoC. So I don't suspect we need. That's the thing. Like, it should be fairly. Requirements should be fairly low in general. 3. Orange Pi uses a different Wi-Fi chip separate from is it? Oh, it's All Winner. I was like, is it Ali Winner like AliExpress, or is it All Winner? Okay. I think, yeah, maybe I do just have to grab it and see, because maybe I just have to do it. Have to pull the trigger. Let's see. Could get it from if I got it from Amazon, it would arrive faster, but I have to spend more money. Oh, interesting. You can get it in a 4 GB RAM variant? Is that true? I'm on Amazon on my host at the moment, but because this is the... Oh no, this is the 4 gig variant. Is it? Oh no, it comes in... Oh, I see. So how do we like select? Okay, here we go. Gotcha. I think 1 gig is fine. I don't think we need 4. I was just like trying to figure out what that was. Some comes with tons of RAM, yeah. Crazy. Anyway, no, 1 gig is fine. Don't recommend all winner for H.264. They have a history. Do they? Let's see. Yo, Coffee. Thanks so much for the Prime sub for 8 months. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Cedrus. What is that? I see. Is this like a open source project? What's wrong with it normally? Coffee. Damn, so much. There's a lot of SBCs out there. Let's use that support 5 GHz. Let me see, is there like a list? Oh yeah, of course, the Pi. Yeah, at a certain point, the Pi 3A and 3B plus, right? How much are these? Allwinner has Cedar X, which is their proprietary library. The Cedrus, which is the reverse engineered library. Ah, okay, gotcha. Pi's real Broadcom though. That's true. Yeah, but perhaps I don't know if that's the question. Is I don't know if the Orange Pi is going to be any more open than a Raspberry Pi would be. I hate how basically all 3 of these are fucked by Broadcom specifically. Like, pretty much, right? Pretty much all 3 of them. Many of the Broadcom drives have been reverse engineered because of the Punagotchi project. I'm aware that there are like reverse engineering projects out there. Like that's why Nintendo Switch is on here at all, because like I know that it's there may be a way to like get the Broadcom driver working on it, but it's just going to be a real pain in the ass. What has been going on with this? Because I know I'm aware of this, which is another Broadcom firmware patching project. This they patch like monitor mode and shit into, and they have like ROM dumping systems here. In fact, the Nintendo Switch's chipset is here, but I don't know any further than this. I don't know much further than this. Switch can run Android through the app and profit. Yeah, that's true, but it's like I still have to get around the driver somehow. Well, like I still have to patch the driver somehow. Oh, but this is specifically reverse engineering the weird. Why is this happening? Does it think I'm dragging or? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's make another this is a slideshow page. So I've got like I don't know how to use this. I do usually use Google Slides or PowerPoint, but I was gonna get PowerPoint over here, but it's just gonna take a little bit of time to do, so I figured I wouldn't do that now. And I don't want to log into my Google account, so yeah. Oh, I actually don't need to have, I could just have title content. Potential SBCs, question mark. Get some transitions between these slides. Can we? What animations are available? Oh, slide transition. Okay. Yo, true Lego Island action. I actually have like a I'd love to like because when I'm doing stuff like this where I'm just like browsing the internet, I realize I could use like for fun, I could use like a completely different OS. I don't have to actually use Linux for any of this stuff. I could load up like XP or something and just browse the internet and use Office on XP. but then when it gets to actually like coding or writing something, then I probably do have to switch back to Linux. Get OnlyOffice, it's way more competitive. I actually have never tried OnlyOffice, that'd be fun. Backporting WSL to XP? Maybe. No, I don't know. We'll see. What is I guess the question is how has enough of like the 3A plus, I don't know what Broadcom firmware the 3A plus uses, but has enough of that one been reverse engineered? I mean, in theory, I think it's doable with Nexmon, at least, because they have like Raspberry Pi stuff on here. Yeah, specifically the 3 plus. So, so I guess that's the thing. So we've got like 3A plus requires Broadcom patch 0 plus the Wi-Fi. Fairly doable. May have, or may not be able to patch Wi-Fi driver, question mark. They all use BRCS or OBS for Fullmac. What does? I mean, I know that. I know that, like, those are the two drivers, but most of them use Fullmac, don't they? Like, almost all. It's very, as far as I know, very, very few. Almost like it's only a small handful actually use the softmac driver, and they're mostly like older chips. I don't know about this one actually. So, which driver does it actually use? Seeing things done in a slideshow hurts me physically. Why? Do you have a problem with my piano template? Kernel source with the patches on GitHub. Okay. Because, yeah, I feel like this is not... Hang on. I love the transitions. Where would the Duo S SD? Or maybe it's in common? Hang on. Maybe I'll just do a search for 802.11. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I see. Drivers. Would they all be in staging? They're probably... New stuff is probably going to be all there. That's my guess. Because this is otherwise just going to be the regular kernel drivers, aren't they? Or is it? Oh, no, I clicked WireGuard instead of wireless. Oops. There we go. Yeah, these are all regular drivers, I think. Hang on, so it was... Good luck finding it. Thanks, man. I'll figure it out. Close some of these tabs real quick. Staging? Oh, added later. That's true. The date is probably... I'm still in fucking incognito. I'm not trying to be. Okay. Ah. Which one was it again? It was 8189. Let me just do a search for 8189. Okay. Ah, xdriv, is that? Oh shit, here we are again. It's these folders again. Fuck! Does that mean... Maybe? Here's a question. There's like a string that's used when... I don't know if this is a viable way to do this or not, but there's like a string that gets used when calculating the PTK, and maybe... Yeah, here we go. Wi-Fi easy and secure key derivation. I wonder if that's in this driver. Oops. My copy and paste is broken again. There we go. Hang on, that might have just been a search error. Oh, so it's here in the source code of WPA supplicant. But, I wonder what this is for. Is the, we were looking at this... Is this definitively a soft Mac or full Mac driver? That looks like a full Mac driver. Well, I guess I did specifically search for that. Well, it's using this macro a lot, but it's not like including anything, whereas before it was... These are like function names. Damn. Maybe I... Maybe I do just have to buy these things and try them. I feel a little bit uneasy about the fact that I recognize this like driver code as code that specifically did not work in Realtek cards on desktop, but maybe... But I don't know, maybe there's something that can be done. Forced to fuck around and find out. That is me. I am forced to. It appears I may be forced to. Oh, yeah, I did get steering contest earlier. How much earlier? I think I got one early on in the stream. I got one 57 minutes ago. My bad. I guess we can do one real quick. Yeah, live split open. Oops. Here we go. Alright, steering contest time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Is the timer going? I can't tell. Damn it. No, it wasn't. Oh well, I only lasted for like 5 seconds. Why did the time? Oh, that's why. Never mind. Well, did you win? It's okay. That wouldn't have added to... That wasn't a PB regardless, so whatever. We got a steering contest an hour ago and I forgot to do it, so I just did it now. I don't even know if Lemon Potato is still here, but, you know, at least... better late than never. Yeah, it may just be... I think I'm getting to a point where I think it's just a matter of buying a bunch of SBCs and seeing what we can do. It's the thought that counts. Thanks, man. Exactly. Let's see what other... Nice. Excellent. Okay. I got some Audio Technicas very cheap on eBay, but I think the cable came kind of bad. I bought some 3.5mm sockets to the same you did on that old video. Hell yeah. That's honestly, I really liked that that mod. It still works to this day. The only reason I don't use it is because when I'm not. I used to use those headphones even while streaming, but the only reason I don't use them now is because it's nice to have wireless headphones, so I can get up and walk around the room. I tried to add Bluetooth to that set because you can just, you could plug a Bluetooth adapter in. But it turns out like most Bluetooth adapters like that kind of suck. The batteries only last for like 2 or 3 hours, and they're like not very reliable. They'll make the voice like either too quiet or too loud, like the connected voice or whatever, and they're just all kind of all around pretty shitty. So that's why I don't use those headphones anymore. But if that weren't the case, if it was possible, if I was able to find a decent Bluetooth like adapter, I would still use those to this day. BTR5 might be a good option, although pretty darned expensive. Yeah, that's the thing, is these headphones I think cost less than $50. So like anything that costs more than that is like, I may as well just use these, you know. Drop a few hundred on a Shure Sennheiser wireless IEM system. You're right. Realtek driver looks questionable. That being said, maybe Wireless Next has a driver for this as well. God, I don't know how to browse this thing. because this is where that nicer Realtek 88 driver came from. It comes from Wireless Next. Damn it, 8180 and 8187. It's 8189, isn't it? I'm still in fucking incognito, damn it. Here, I'll put these in here. What? Why can't I paste now? Like, I don't even have the thing open anymore. Ah. Hang on. Ah. That might be something. I wonder if that's why. Okay, let's see. There is a coding category. I could switch into it, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't intending to actually do any coding or software development today. This is more just like researching. No, it's still kind of iffy. Strange. Oh, weird. I love when, like, the playlist just becomes, like, sitcom music, like sitcom, we learned a good lesson today music. Okay, see if that works. No? Oh well. I'll figure it out later. So currently because these Wi-Fi drivers are kind of unknown status, I'm gonna say, okay, let's get rid of this, because I don't think there's any point in getting a 3A plus when we could just do this. This is gonna cost the same or probably less, and so I don't think there's any point in that. These are kind of, we don't quite know the state of the Wi-Fi of these. They look, I think in my opinion, they both look kind of questionable. So the solution that's probably most likely to work is, I would say, this one. So I may still invest in these just to try them out. But I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be the one that works the most. That's what the entire last hour or so has culminated in. That this is probably the most likely to work. Pico 2 probably still not powerful enough. It's probably not. I think the problem with either of the Picos is I don't know if we'll be able to get a good enough video feed out of it, and even then, yeah, I think it's my concern is I'm not sure we're going to be able to get like video decoding and shit out of it. Possibility of building a custom board that a Pi Zero straps to. There's USB pads on the back. Yeah, I mean, like, it's gonna go into a box that looks something like this. So there's a lot of like opportunity to like put the Pi somewhere and put the USB Wi-Fi somewhere, you know, etc., etc. I guess in theory this could be... I guess in theory this is also a viable, like, this, the Arduino connected to the phone. It's not... Yeah, like if we... let me see. Phone controller... Because, like, the way I picture it looking is like something like this, where it's Wii U buttons on the sides of the phone or something like this, and then we can pretty easily stick a Raspberry Pi Zero and a Wi-Fi adapter in like one of these sides, right? So I guess either way, I mean, maybe I'll just tell Realtek to go fuck themselves, and we'll just use a Pi Zero and USB Wi-Fi on both approaches, you know. Those retro emulation Android consoles could work for cheap. How cheap are they? Because the thing is, I imagine we're still gonna have to get stuff like, you know, a screen, like a 5 or 6 inch screen, a accelerometer and NFC and magnetometer and microphone and webcam and all that shit. So the savings may not be much better than just using the Pi on its own. We looked at Anbernic RG35XX series. They're basically the Orange Pi, but in a Chinese console. Lots of work being done to get the mainline. I haven't. I think my concern is still, like, even stuff that is mainlined into the kernel, like the Broadcom drivers, they still don't work with the Wii U stuff. So my concern is, like, even if it does get mainlined, it may still not be viable. But at least it does come with a screen. Daughter board that you can solder the Wi-Fi chip to and use as a hat for the Pi. Yeah, I mean, there'll be a board anyway, because there's going to be a PCB for like the buttons. So yeah, maybe like we stick a Pi and a USB Wi-Fi or like a Wi-Fi chip on the back, something like that, and then like put a nice antenna in it. That may be the, like, as I said earlier, I like the idea. I'm looking for a unicorn of, like, you know, is there one board that will do everything? But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I might buy one anyway just to see. But I feel, my gut feeling is that this is, we pretty much know this is going to work. And it's not going to be like, I don't think this is going to be significantly more expensive. I think this is probably going to be about the same or maybe even less than either of these. Maybe. All the sensors going to need a board of their own too. Possibly. I mean, maybe it'll depend if they can be integrated into the... no, actually, well, hang on. If, as far as like a full gamepad replacement, yeah, those will need sensors. However, if it's just this, which is like plugs into the phone, then my hope is we'll piggyback like the accelerometer and the gyroscope, whatever's in the phone, and the NFC reader, whatever's in the phone already. Because most people have a phone with those things in them. I mean, I guess maybe not if you have like the cheaper phones, but yeah. I assume most people's phones are going to have like those sensors. Is the firmware for the Wi-Fi on the Wii U itself not patchable? I am not aware if it is or not, but even if it isn't, the point is not... I know it sounds like the easier solution, just patch the Wii U, but the goal of this is that you shouldn't have to need to mod your console in order to use it. The goal is it should be a drop-in replacement. Like, someone can just buy it and it will just work. You know, that's what I'm going for, at least. I have no idea if the Wi-Fi, because fun fact, I'm fairly certain, as much as I shit on Broadcom, I'm fairly certain the Wii U Gamepad is a Broadcom chip as well. Wait, there's a diagram somewhere. Don't remember what website it is. Here, Wii U architecture. All Nintendo stuff is, yeah. So, presumably, this implementation is in firmware as well. Therefore, I don't even know if it's possible to patch it from the Wii U console. I assume it's a Broadcom console, a Broadcom chip in the console too. I don't even know if it's possible to patch that from firmware. But yeah, even if it were, it's kind of antithetical to my goal of like making like a true like drop-in replacement. Is there a way to use the back-end and front-end setup of vanilla I'd love to use on Switch? There is. It's in a separate branch at the moment. I haven't merged it. I think it's probably about ready to merge. But just to warn you, I got like pretty bad performance on it. Like, I think it's something to do with my router. Like, I get a lot of like dropped packets that make the video feed very unreliable. Which is weird, right? Because it's not a ton of bandwidth, and it's designed to go over a wireless connection anyway. It's just like something in my network chain is not happy about that many UDP packets. And my guess is it's the router, because when I connect everything with Ethernet, it works great. Well, I shouldn't say great. It works pretty well with Ethernet. It's only when one of the, like, if I'm on my laptop or on my Switch, then yeah, it doesn't work so well, and I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah, it's weird, but we'll work something out. I'm determined to try and get the Switch working at some point. I don't know which... what router? It's some TP-Link thing. I have no idea. It was, it's basic. It is true that it's basic. It's not a great router. It works, but it's fine. But it's only okay. I don't know what it is beyond that. So I think, yeah, okay. So my current plan is I think I'll pick some of these up out of curiosity, but I think I'm gonna proceed assuming that this is going to be the only thing that works. I'm also going to, let me swap these around. I'm also, yeah, I think I will actually. I'm also going to proceed assuming that I'm not going to get that NDA working for the Arduino, which means that I'm going to want, God, I miss Google Slides. I'm going to want that these are probably going to be the same. These are probably going to be both a Raspberry Pi with USB Wi-Fi attached. And then Nintendo Switch is kind of a side side quest where I fuck around with the Broadcom firmware and see if I can get it to do something. I've confirmed that like I can mess around with the firmware on the Switch a little bit, but yeah, I don't know yet whether I can, whether we can get the, yeah, I don't know yet whether we can make the changes that we need to change. I've like loaded the what is it? It's the BCM 4356, I think. I've loaded this firmware into Ghidra, and like I've been able to kind of identify a little bit what it's doing. The problem is that because Broadcom firmware is a combination of ROM and RAM, it's not entirely clear what's what and which is like... Yeah, it's not entirely clear where everything is and how much I'm going to be able to patch. So this is a bit of a question mark, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try it. So I think this is kind of where I'm at. I'm proceeding like this is going to be the only one that will work, though I will check these out just for fun. And then we'll look at this at some point as well. So at some point, I'm gonna do a dual stream on Twitch and YouTube, and I'm gonna do, it's not exactly a marathon, it's not gonna be a subathon per se, or like a, yeah, subathon or a marathon, it's gonna be like, but I will do like consecutive days of like day one of like trying to get the Switch to be a gamepad, or day one of making a brand new gamepad out of a Raspberry Pi or something. So, yeah, so that's the plan, I suppose. That's the strategy. It will not be tomorrow, probably not even the day after, because I mentioned this earlier in the stream that one of my friends from Australia is coming to visit. So I don't want to be like, I got a stream, I can't pick you up from the airport or like help you out. So it won't be tomorrow, it won't be for... Well, I'll see how things like work out, and but hopefully, you know, either towards the end of the week or by the latest early next week. But yeah. Make my own gamepad. Yeah, real shit. I think for today, I think I'll call it there. I think... What do you guys think of the strategy? Quote unquote. Any thoughts, any feedback? I do need to fix my goddamn clipboard. I desperately need to be able to copy and paste to this thing. Oh, not this. I was looking for... Slide needs more clip art. True. Diagram needs more color. Let's see. How do we get back to templates? I always like... Oh, there it is. Templates. Manage templates. Okay. There we go. Now oh, nope. That didn't change the template. That just made a new slideshow. I didn't want that. Edit template. Is that what I want? No. I have no idea. Oh well. Whatever. Here we go. Alright. Open hardware equals happy bad. Yeah, I mean... It just makes things so much easier when you just let me do the things I want to do. But sadly, not everyone is so kind. Can we get gameplay of Crazy Chicken Tales, the basically confirmed No-So Tech Wii game? Sure, I do think, yeah, it'd be nice to do, like, more, like, because yeah, I used to do, like, a little bit of work, a little bit of, like, random goofy games. I'm a big fan of, like, playing bad games, I suppose. That's a way of wording it. So, it'd be fun to have, like, to strike a bit of a balance moving forward of, like, doing, like, projects and also that sort of thing, and also, like, I'd love to, like, check more, like, modding news, like, community stuff that's going on. I feel like there's so much stuff that happens, and it's easy to miss a lot of it. There's stuff that, like, happens and I don't even find out about it for another year or so. But yeah, maybe I would like to be to get a little more up to date on things. Could even say you like to play shitty games and suck ass. I guess you're right. I actually do have. Let me see if I can do this real quick before I go. Speaking of Office, I guess I'll do it like this. Because on my host system, I actually quite frequently do whip out actual Microsoft Office. But I don't have it in the guest system at the moment. I think that'll do it. I need to, like, set up shortcuts at some point, but... Ah, I see. There we go. Oh, my bad. I'll get shortcuts eventually. I won't do this every time. There we go. Oh, fuck. I'm supposed to... Ah. There we go. Nice. This is what I should have done from the very beginning. Do we decide on an SBC? Yes and no. I mean, we kind of... I kind of came to the conclusion that my original plan was probably the most likely to work, which is... This, I'm not sure about the Wi-Fi driver. This, I'm also not sure about the Wi-Fi driver. I'm just not sure that they appear to both be full Mac drivers instead of soft Mac drivers. So I'm just uncertain of whether we'll be able to do the hacks necessary to get it to connect to a Wii U, whereas I know we can here. So this one is kind of what I decided to go with, just because I think it's the most likely to actually work. I'm proceeding as if this is the only one that will work. However, I think I will pick up one of these and one of these just to try them out and just to see. But for now, I consider it a safe assumption that this is going to be the thing that will work. Oh, you didn't see any of that. I'm sorry. Damn it. Okay, forget I said all of that. I'm starting over. So, did we decide on an SBC? Kind of. I kind of went in assuming that, saying that like, I would use a 0 plus a USB Wi-Fi because that would probably work. The 3A plus has 5 gigahertz support, but we'd have to patch the driver. So at that point, I'm kind of like, well, we may as well just do this instead because I think it's gonna cost less as well than a 3A plus. Investigating these, it seemed, it was unclear. It seemed quite likely that these drivers are full Mac and not soft Mac, which means that they're going to be much harder, if not impossible, to get to connect to a Wii U. Like, we won't be able to make the patches necessary to do so. That being said, I kind of want to pick them up just to see, because there's only so much we can kind of glean just by looking at specs and driver source code. And I mean, I guess we probably can get our answer by looking at driver source code, but the answer seems to be that it won't work, and I'd like to get a more definitive, like, trying it for real answer. But I'm going to otherwise proceed as if this is the only one that will work, because I think it's by far the one that's most likely to work, and these are kind of like, I feel like it's almost a coin flip. And I also think this might end up replacing the Arduino connected to the phone. Like, I figure if we're not going to be able to get the NDA necessary to patch the Arduino firmware, then we may as well just use the Raspberry Pi there as well, because it's going to be more expensive, but probably fairly negligibly so, and we can kind of sneak these into the, like, so there's the full gamepad, which will look like this. We can easily, obviously, sneak a Raspberry Pi and a USB Wi-Fi into here, but I think we can do it too, even on, stuff that plugs into a phone. Like, I imagine it's going to be like, the phone in the middle, and then, like, controller bits on the side. We could probably hack a Raspberry Pi Zero and a USB Wi-Fi into that as well. So, like, we could probably fit them in, I should say. So I'm kind of proceeding. I'm kind of assuming that this is going to be the one that works, essentially. Matt's face with typing. Oof. Yeah, sorry about that. This is why I need more monitors. I mentioned I was having I had an issue with my GPU overheating, so I switched to integrated graphics, but that also means I am currently only on one monitor. I feel like when you stream, you need at least 3. Like, for most of my work, I can get away with 2, or sometimes even 1. But for streaming, there's so much you need to, like, keep an eye on. Like, you need to have chat open, you need to be able to see OBS, you need to see what's showing to your audience, you need to be able to see stuff that you don't want to show to your audience. There's so much that you need to see all at once that I'm kind of like, I think this is streaming is the one situation where you need 3. So, yeah. Just occurred to me that you could buy an OLED screen for whatever you get and create the first Wii U OLED edition. I know, we could genuinely make a better gamepad than the original. Like, it's not out of the question to do that. Anyway, so my point is that we kind of spent an hour researching just to find that my original plan was probably the most likely to work, but I do want to check these out because, as I said, it would be great to find, like, the one board to rule them all. I just suspect that it's going to be challenging. I suspect that these are both going to give us some trouble, and so that's why I'm going to prioritize this one. Phone for chat? Yeah, I don't like phone screens. They're too small. It's actually honestly not chat that's the problem. Like, I have chat on the screen. It's more just like OBS is kind of big. You want it to be big so you can see the stream. You can see what people are watching as well as possible. But like, I also have to have like a whole desktop here with like, you know, PowerPoint or LibreOffice, and I also have to, yeah, it's just a lot of, yeah, it's just, I need to get a 3-screen setup, I think. One screen for Discord, one screen for working, one screen to have a Windows Vista VM with half of the resources of the computer. Exactly. No, it'll probably be one screen with OBS and chat, so like the dedicated stream monitor. One screen with the main thing, like the main desktop, and then third screen actually might be Discord, because sometimes people message me during the streams with important information. You need a lane setup? What's that mean? Oh, hang on, let me see if I can show this on the stream, if my clipboard isn't still broken. Fuck, hang on. I run this now, will it work? Yes. You know, I had a 4-monitor setup. You guys saw that in one of my YouTube videos, and I found it was really convenient. There was so much room for activities, but I think I also found it a little bit overwhelming. Like, that's kind of why I downsized. I'm currently on 2 monitors because sometimes I need to rein my ADHD in. Sometimes I can't let myself just do all of the things that my brain wants to do. I need to be like, I need to limit and say, no, you can only do these things. That's why I'm down to 2 now. But I think if I'm going to be getting back into streaming more, I think it needs to be 3. But, well, currently, right at this very second, I'm on 1 because fucking my GPU was having trouble. But I'll fix that. I know what's wrong with it. I just have to make some modifications. Stacked ultra wides. Part of me thinks like, what if I got 1 ultra wide and then like, because here's the thing, I don't necessarily like having 3 16:9 monitors. I feel like if something's all the way over here and I have to move my head to see it, it gets kind of inconvenient. I feel like as much as like, this is kind of where I want it to be. So I almost wonder if I should get an ultra wide and then like section off the left and the right side by like, not 16:9, by like a square on the left and a square on the right. And then maybe that'd actually be what I want. How do I feel about vertical monitors? This monitor, my second monitor right now is vertical. I have mixed feelings about vertical monitors because, in my opinion, I don't like widescreen monitors for productivity. Like I have. When I'm working on like a video edit or graphics or something like that, more often than not, I don't need it to be wider, I need it to be taller. I actually like 3x2 or 4x3 screens more for productivity, if I'm being honest. I know I sound like a real boomer when I say that, but it's true. I think 16:9 is great for like consuming videos and playing games, but for productivity, I think squarer is actually a little bit more useful. And so when it comes to vertical is good for a few things. I think vertical is good for like chats, like text, like reading, anything that you read. It's even pretty good for consuming live streams because you can have the video at the top and the chat at the bottom. But I think for productivity, like editing video and stuff, you kind of, now it's too far in the other direction. It's like, you don't want something super wide and you don't want something super tall. You want something kind of squarish. for the kind of work that I do. So that's my feeling on vertical. 16 by 10. Yeah, I like 16 by 10. I like 3 by 2 even more. I like I don't even know what a 4 by 3 would be like today. I feel like 4 by 3s, they never got beyond a certain size, so I don't even know what it would be like to use one of those today. Chances are I'd actually probably really like it, just because I like I said, you know, when I'm editing video and I have like 20 tracks, like I want, you know, it's nice to have more tracks on the screen, but you know, I don't necessarily need to see like 10 minutes ahead and 10 minutes behind. I want to see more tracks. So for me, I feel like I'd rather a squarer monitor than a wider monitor. But except for the scenario I said where I get an ultra wide and I purposely section off the left and the right, so it's like so it's not super. I don't actually use it like an ultra wide. I use it like 3 monitors with kind of abnormal or like squarer aspect ratios. I use 2 4x3s based. LG makes a 16 by 18 square. That's like slightly tall, isn't it? Well, obviously that aspect ratio is obviously slightly tall, but like, is that true? You guys have a black band. I mean, yeah, like I said, if you primarily use your screen for watching video or playing games, then 16 by 9 is great for those things. I think for just about anything else, 16 by 9 is not good. You can actually get an iPad 3 screen, which is 2K, and then get an adapter board, which is what I do. How big is the iPad 3 though? Because that could be cool, but I thought they maxed out at like 12 inches. I feel like I'd want them I want screens a bit bigger than that. How much is it a bad idea to connect a CRT monitor to my PC? I don't think it's a bad idea. It's more just like you have the desk space and you're probably not going to get a wonderful resolution out of it. 9.7 inches? I guess for like a utility monitor, that wouldn't be too bad. But like, I've got a... I'm trying to think, how much do I want to describe my setup? How much detail do I want to get into? I guess I'll get into detail. Currently, I have... how do I... It's been a while actually since size and position. Okay. So I'll approximate 16... Actually, I might not even need to approximate. No, I'll approximate 16 by 9. It'll be 16 by 2.25. Okay. I'm doing it at 1/4 scale. Oops, I did it the wrong way around. Okay. So right now I have a 16 by 9 screen in the middle and a... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. And then on the right side is a vertical monitor. It is 1440 by 900. So the horizontal size, pixel-wise, matches up perfectly with the vertical resolution. I find that pretty satisfying, but yeah, hang on a sec. Let me... Damn, that's a terrible ratio. So it looks kind of like this. If I could choose, this is 16 by 10, so it's actually already a little taller than 16 by 9. If I could choose, I would have this a little wider still. Like, it would be somewhere... I don't exactly know what it would be, but maybe even like a 4x3 sideways or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, for me, I mostly put like Discord or chat or something like that on here. But if I could choose, I would have it a little bit wider, like a little bit squarer. Likewise, if I could choose, I would have this a little bit squarer. And I would have like 2 of these, so like something like that. You could buy 4 and chain them together. I guess you could, yeah. What I'm thinking of doing, so I haven't really talked about this much, but I made, I mentioned it in the Discord. I put together I hacked a Microsoft Surface Studio screen, which is 3x2, and it's massive. It is, I don't know, I'll call it, oh it's 3, oh no, other way around. It's throwing me off that height and width, width is not first. Yeah, that's more, so this is, I like this. It's a fantastically huge resolution. I don't have anything that fits 3000 perfectly, but I'm thinking of trying to get, because I like this, but I just want it to be, I like this, but I want it to be squarer. What I'm thinking of doing is trying to pick up one of these old Dell 20-inch, one of these. It is a 4x3. And like if you're lucky, you can get a later one that's IPS, so it's like pretty nice looking. The problem is people have really like ramped these prices up because they're really popular panel for like refurbishing arcades, because they're like, I think this was kind of like the last like really good 4x3 screen. This is like a really late 4x3. So like I said, it's like, if you're lucky, you can get one in IPS, and it's 20 inches, which is fairly large for a 4x3 LCD panel. So like, I think my dream setup is going to look something like this. Just have to size these properly. This is correct, isn't it? 225. Wait, no, that's wrong. Ah, shit. Oh wait, this is the wrong slide, that's why. My bad. So it would be like, it's not going to be exactly the right size, but it'll be something like, it'll be a bit smaller than this in reality. It's just a hard, no, that's not right. It's going to be, I want it to be like 3 by, yeah, 3 by that, I think is correct. How do I do math? Yeah, that's 4 by 3, and this is, yeah, 3 by 2. Yeah, it's gonna look something like this, where it's all square, all square monitors. Maybe I'll even turn these sideways, and that might fit better. We'll see. Obviously, it fits better in my diagram, but my diagram is not to scale, so I don't actually know what it would look like. But yeah. Dell still sells 5x4 displays new, if that's close enough. Yeah, I know, but those, I think I would consider those like a fallback, because they're 19 inches, they're slightly smaller, and 4x3 would be preferable, but I'm not against a 5x4 screen if it comes down to it, if I can't get a good 20-inch. Anyway. But yeah, so I'm like, this is pretty, I know I'm being pretty ridiculous, but I don't know, I've decided for productivity, I actually like square monitors, or squarer monitors, and I feel like 16 by 9 is always a little bit like restrictive. Maintaining dot pitch is the annoying part. Yeah, that's a rough one. 27-inch 5K screens were more common. That's kind of what I was looking for before I hacked a... I know exactly what you mean. Because, yeah, I was considering getting something like that. So I decided to hack a Surface Studio screen, which is like... yeah, it's 3x2, 4500 by 3000. And there are not many of these like this. Like, I think Huawei made one. But they don't sell those here anymore because Huawei got blown out of this country. So there's like the LG Ultrafine. This was like a monitor that you're supposed to pair with like MacBooks, and it's like Thunderbolt only. But like this would be a really cool monitor if you could plug it into most computers, which you can't, or like desktop computers. Like I guess most laptops would support display over USB-C now. 5K sound kind of like 1440p. It's double. It's 2x 1440p in both directions. So it's like your phone screen where everything is higher resolution. So yeah. Yes, the current trend, I was just going to get to that. So, as it turns out, as I kind of discovered with the Surface Studio, is some of the best monitors you can get are actually like ones in all-in-one computers, like the Surface Studio or like the 5K iMac. And you can get driver boards that will drive this, and you convert it into a DisplayPort or HDMI monitor, and that's basically what I did with the Surface Studio. And I think that is kind of the meta now. If you want a really good productivity monitor, I think the meta is to convert from an all-in-one like this or like the 5K iMac. Because yeah, there aren't really. I think there was for a while. I think there's like a forum thread on MacRumors. God, I love forum threads. But yeah, of like all the potential 5K monitors that once existed, but like most of these were, again, they were designed for to work with Apple products. So they're mostly, oh, maybe not mostly. The Ultrafines were definitely designed for Apple products, so they're like Thunderbolt only. But yeah, some of these actually have DisplayPort and stuff like that. But most of these, I think, are out of production now. Like, you might be able to find one like secondhand, but yeah, most of them are dead links and shit like that. So, page not found. So yeah, I think the meta today, in this year of our Lord 2024, I think the meta is to convert an all-in-one. 8K Ultra Sharp, is that on this list or is that somewhere else? You can probably find this second-hand somewhere. Oh yeah, 750. This is probably quite a nice monitor. I tend to like Dell monitors. I mean, they're like standard, but they usually come with like a good stand and like a nice. They're like reliably good. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to installing my Surface Studio monitor. In fact, I might even. The reason I haven't set that up yet is because I don't really have a good way to mount it yet, and I needed to get a backlight board for it, it seems. And I'll probably like make a video or make a stream in the future where I talk about that more in detail. But yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. What do you do with the spare iMac? Like the board and the parts? I guess you can just sell them. In fact, you might even be able to, because like parts tend to sell for a bit more than the whole system. So you might be able to sell like, you might be able to like break even if you actually parted it out and like, potentially, maybe. I have an eMac G4 and the late 2013 iMac unibody with almost max specs. Not the best, but for 100 euros, what can I tell? Nice. Emacs are fun. I mean, obviously they're old, but I enjoy them. They're kind of cool. Set a new Lego Island speedrun record. My hands are still shaking. Oh god. Did you actually? Because I know one of my friends was trying to get the world record, but he kind of lost interest after a while. There's kind of a. I don't know if this is like common knowledge by now. There's a bit of a cheat with the Lego Island. Like, there's a hidden run button. Like, you can hold a button and go like double speed. That being said, it kind of makes it harder to control because of the way that the game is, but in some ways, if I don't know if anyone's doing that in speedruns yet. If they aren't, then that might be a free like world record. Dell monitors fuck hard. Definitely going that route when I upgrade from my $85 Asus. Yeah, that's kind of. I've always been pretty happy with Dell monitors. Use controller and I get way faster acceleration. Maybe. I wonder if the controller implements that, or like I assume that's through the game's joystick mode. Joystick mode might implement it. I'm not actually sure. But like if you're playing with keyboard, and I think you hold control and it's like it just doubles your speed and it's like immediate speed increase. But that might be, like I said, that might be implemented already. That might already happen in joystick mode. It's been 9 months. Are you going to do the Xbox 360 folding idea? No. It turned out I learned some information that was that proved that was not as viable as I thought it was, and so it's back to the drawing board. You know, after I finish this Wii U stuff, if no one else has found anything by then, I'd love to look into the 360 a little bit more. Current monitor is a Gigabyte M27Q, and I think it was really solid for the 200 I paid for it. Hell yeah. 1440p, 170 Hz is pretty good, yeah. Sound is so cool. Yeah, I know, and I there may still be something like that in there. It's just I have to look for it, and I haven't had time because I've been working on like 4 videos and the Wii U stuff all back to back. So, but I'm gonna try and really blitz through the Wii U stuff now with these like upcoming marathon streams. I'm gonna try to really get it done. So yeah, that's where we're at. Holding control with keyboard, same as controller acceleration. That's neat though. Gotcha. Well, I mean, if whatever works, I'm glad you got a world record. Hell yeah. Recently turned on my 360. So sad to see that empty home screen. Oof. I haven't turned on my 360 since the shutdown. That would be interesting. All right. I think we're gonna call it there. Next time I see you guys, it'll be a dual stream on Twitch and YouTube. We're gonna catch up with the YouTube frogs, and we're gonna do some. I'm gonna start. It's either gonna be actually. Maybe we should put this to a vote. It's either gonna be playing. No, it's either gonna be doing, working on the Switch, like. Trying to patch the Switch Broadcom firmware to connect to a Wii U, or it's going to be creating a brand new gamepad from scratch with a Raspberry Pi. And that's how he's going to finish up. It's been another 45 minutes. I know. I got distracted. I got excited talking about productivity monitors. Okay, I'm going to do a poll. You guys are going to decide my fate, okay? Which to do first? Hack Switch Wi-Fi to connect to. Oh, I don't. Which gamepad sub-project to work on? I'll use proper grammar. Hack Switch Wi-Fi. Or all new gamepad with RPi. Damn it, I get so few characters. Can't type this shit out. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. In fact, I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you guys vote on that, and I will. We'll see what the result is when I get back. I guess I'll just switch to this for now. Hello. All right. Still have to buy the pie and everything. Actually, I don't. If we're going with the Pi Zero, I already have that. It's the orange pie and the whatever that third one was that I don't have. But those are not like I said, we're prioritizing the Pi Zero anyway, so I already have the Pi Zero. What's it looking like? Ooh, interesting. All right, I think we've got a winner. I guess we'll wait just in case. What up, KCeth? Hey, welcome to the stream, Cena fan. We're just about to finish. But I'm doing a poll on which Gamepad sub-project to work on next. All new Gamepad with the Raspberry Pi. That's fun. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought Switch Wi-Fi would win, but I'm excited because I feel like this is the most like room for. This is gonna be the most like exciting to create a whole gamepad from scratch. So hell yeah, I'm down. Yeah. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know exactly when this is gonna happen. It's gonna be either towards the end of this week or like early next week. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of a marathon, like some consecutive days of working on this. It's not gonna be like all day. It's not gonna be like a subathon where it's like, 16 hours of streaming a day. It's probably going to be like somewhere between 4 to 6 hours a day, but like as consecutive as possible. We'll see. If things come up, I'll let you guys know. But it'll be like really trying to blast through it. So I will see you guys then. Whenever. I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord and all of that. So yeah, I guess that's it. I suppose I'll see if there's anyone, if I know anyone to raid. Oops. 1 month later. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully it should not be, but I don't know exactly what the situation will be with my visiting friend, but I think it'll be fairly like, I think it'll just take a couple days to kind of sort through or to get him settled, and then we'll be all good. All right, see you later. Hope you had a good time. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I won't raid anyone. I'll just finish off, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.